Hi guys, welcome back to the Financial Interest YouTube channel. My name's Dan. So there's big news again this week for Facebook. This time the company's decided to come out and change the name of the parent company from Facebook to Meta. And in this video we're going to look at the reasons why they might have done this and what this holds for the future of Facebook. So let's get on with the video. So first let's have a look at where the name Meta comes from. And actually the name Meta is the Greek word for beyond. And Facebook believe the future is what they call the Metaverse. And this is going to be an immersive way of using mobile internet that involves the use of augmented and virtual reality. And this is what they see their main business being in the future. So let's take a look here at Wall Street Breakfast, which is one of the things I kind of use from Seeking Alpha to keep an eye on the latest news. So here we can see that Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg used his keynote address at the new Connect conference on Thursday to unveil the social media giant's new corporate identity, Meta. And he went on to say that his mission remains the same for the company. We're still a company that designs technology around people, but now we have a new North Star. From now on, it's going to be the Metaverse first. And Zuckerberg actually sees the Metaverse as an embodied internet, and it's going to be the next chapter on the internet where people can interact in immersive 3D and shared digital worlds. And we can see here that as part of the rebranding, Meta is going to trade under a new ticker symbol, which is going to be MVRS from December the 1st. But this isn't going to have any effect on their current apps, which will still go under the name of Facebook, Instagram, Messenger and WhatsApp. So let's take a quick look at what is the Metaverse. So we can see from this Reuters article that the Metaverse is a term coined from the dystopian novel Snow Crash 3 decades ago, and it's now attracting buzz in Silicon Valley. It refers broadly to the idea of a shared virtual realm which can be accessed by people using different devices. And the company is invested heavily in augmented and virtual reality, so this is kind of a natural follow-on from that. But of course this is not without some controversy, because the rebranding comes at a time when the actual company is struggling from internal document leaks from a recent whistleblower. And it kind of looks from the outside that the move is just there to kind of clear some of the bad name that it's actually built up recently and trying to look for a new start. But the critics will actually say, well, what does this actually mean? Has anything really changed with the core values or principles of the company? Now we'll have a look at some of the reasons for the name change. And this is what's coming out from Facebook for the official reasons. So the name Facebook does not fully reflect everything the company does anymore. Instagram, WhatsApp, VR platform, Oculus and others are all part of the Facebook company, but have got very little to do with the Facebook app that gave the company its name. Meta reflects the way they see the company moving in the future. And also for the more cynical people out there, they will call this the real reasons why Facebook wants to change its name. In light of recent controversy, Facebook wants to disassociate itself from these ongoing issues. The growth of Facebook is slowing and is becoming less popular amongst younger people. And finally, to allow any criticism of Facebook to be confined to the social media app rather than the overall business. So in this case, they're trying to kind of box off any issues just being to Facebook rather than any of their other apps or products, and therefore lessening the impact of the overall company because it has a different kind of brand name. And let's take a look at some of the immediate financial impacts of this change. In their recent conference call, Mark Zuckerberg announced that Facebook's hardware division, Facebook Reality Labs, which is responsible for the AR and VR that the company is doing, is actually going to become a separate reporting unit, and they're going to actually invest about $10 billion over the next year in this area. And we can see here that actually the name change happened last Thursday, where they kind of unveiled it here, and you can see the infinity sign that's going to be symbolized Meta. So I'll also just jump into something mentioned on the earnings transcript from Facebook's recent Q3 conference call. So this part is just coming from one of the questions asked by one of the analysts. So Mark Zuckerberg goes on to mention that for the next 1 to 3 years, they're going to see a lot of kind of the foundational pieces being put into place for the Metaverse. And this is not going to be an investment that's profitable anytime in the near future. But they do believe that the Metaverse is going to be the successor of the mobile internet. And it's going to enable social experiences that are the ultimate expression of what they're trying to build, which is allowing people to really feel present with the people they care about no matter where they actually are. And you can see they go on to say that this could unlock a massively larger creative economy of both digital and physical goods, and it will allow millions of people to be able to do work what they love and enabling a whole different economy around that. And I think it's going to be another important pillar of our business over the next decade. And I think another reason why Facebook is doing this is they kind of want to be able to kind of pioneer an area where they have more control over what they're doing. At the moment, their apps are kind of limited to a certain degree because they're all purchased on or downloaded from the Play Store from Google or the App Store from Apple. So the introduction of the new privacy controls on Apple's iOS 14, which was introduced in the summer, has had a really big impact on Facebook, especially on their revenues. This actually allows the users on the platform to opt out of apps that track their data. And obviously the reason Facebook is so successful at targeting ads is because they take a lot of data from all the people using the app. And obviously better targeted data leads to higher revenues because the people advertising on the platform can get straight to the people who want to buy from them. So this has really made an impact in this quarter now, and it's probably going to go on to make a further impact in Q4 for Facebook. But as for the long-term effects, we're still waiting to see exactly how this is going to play out. And the whole idea of the Metaverse plays that they can kind of get in there and actually control their own destiny a little bit more than they are doing at the moment. So now I'll just conclude some of the points that we've looked over in the video. I think that the name change does make sense looking at the future vision for the company. And I think this is something they were probably always planning to do. But having looked at the timing of it, you have to think that this has really got something to do with the recent allegations against Facebook from the whistleblower Frances Haugen from a few weeks ago. Facebook's kind of seen a real decline in its popularity, especially amongst younger people. And its reputation is probably currently at the lowest it's ever been in the history of the company. And of course the announcement they made, although it said they're going to change their name, it didn't really go into any details about how they're going to build out the metaverse, which is another thing that's further leading people to say this is just purely about trying to disassociate itself with the controversy it's had over recent weeks. So the critics would say there's a lack of substance in the reason for the announcement. But I guess what we'll have to see is how this plays out in the future, because Facebook really is taking a gamble here that the whole metaverse thing is going to be the future of their business. So they're taking a really big step to try and push forward the company into this area. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like. Also consider subscribing to the channel as well if you haven't already, and you can click the notification bell to get notified whenever I'm releasing new videos. And let me know in the comments as well what you think about this name change from Facebook. Is it really going to signal a new direction for the brand, or is it just something that's trying to cover up problems that they've had in the past? Let me know in the comments. I'm always interested to hear what you've got to say on that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.